In 1847, Blackwater Creek learned a new kind of accounting. They learned a ledger could keep more than money. Names, promises, voices, lives, and when the book turned its pages, the town paid. Blackwater was a place the map forgot, a spill of reeds and mud, a mill that groaned and houses that leaned away from the water. At the manor, no one visited without reason. Elise Harrow sat there like a question in expensive clothes. They called her the mistress. She kept a book, a dark ledger, bound in cracked leather, its edges damp with years. People brought her debts, favors, and desperate hands. She wrote. The ledger answered. Nobody agreed on where the ledger came from. Some swore a traveling apothecary left it. Others said it had always been there, older than Elise's fine curtains. The first odd entry was small. A widow named Haskins, a debt marked in a neat hand. 2 weeks later, she was gone. A single crate and a child's tiny footprint remained by the reeds. The ledger's ink darkened, a balance was recorded. The ledger had rules no one would admit at first. 1. Every name written was a contract. 2. Debts must be balanced. 3. Currency could be anything: coin, work, silence, blood. 4. When the ledger decided, no bargain undid it. Jonah Pritch was a miller with a bad habit and a heavy tongue. His child fell ill. He pleaded at Elise's door. She closed the ledger, made a single mark, and wrote a price. Maddie lived. Jonah woke, and the voice that had argued and cursed for decades had vanished. He could not speak. The town got the child. The town also felt the ledger's accounting. Desperation breeds bold plans. A band of men crept to the manor with lanterns and rope. They intended to burn the book and free the town. They found nothing but an open window and a single page on the floor. A name. By morning, one of them had vanished. A soft voice was heard among the reeds. The ledger did not need hands to enforce it. It needed only ink and the town's fear. Those who could not bear the ledger's cost still found reasons to call on Elise. They set shawls and bread by her gate. They traded secrets and arranged marriages in hushed rooms. Markets emptied as suspicion grew. Neighbors counted coin and kept to themselves. The ledger system made life tidy, even if tidy meant hunger for someone else. Reverend Haynes arrived with sermons polished like armor. He denounced the ledger from the pulpit and demanded the book be taken to trial. Elise invited him instead to tea. She opened the ledger in the mill square and let the page speak. The ledger wrote his name. His sermon choked in his throat. The Reverend left town. The ledger had learned to collect from those who would judge it. The ledger did not limit itself to grand crimes. It counted whispers and small betrayals with cruel evenness. A secret lover's name led to a night disappearance. A land deal cheat woke to all his livestock dead. The town learned that the ledger's justice held no mercy for scale. Elias Carver vowed to end the ledger. He plotted with men and torches. They failed. One night, Elias' son Thomas watched Elise walk to the creek with the book. She wrote a single line and set a price: Thomas. By morning, only a shoe remained on the bank. The ledger's hand finished the account. People demanded the ledger be destroyed. Elise offered something worse: the truth of their debts. One by one, they confessed to desires and betrayals, and she wrote them down. When the ledger held the town's full account, she wrote one last line for herself. Elise Harrow. The house, the ledger, and the price paid by sacrifice. She walked to the water and cast the book into Blackwater Creek. They thought the water would end the ledger's hunger. It did not. The town changed, but traces remained. Ink on doorstep. A child's laugh missing in the lane. A ledger page slipped beneath a loose floorboard. Blackwater still kept accounts in other ways. People learned what someone once learned here. Some books do not die. They hide. If you ever find a book with blank pages, ask who keeps the account. Would you turn the page? Would you sign your name? Tell us in the comments. What would you pay to erase your worst debt? Subscribe to Nightwright Vault for more dark history and strange ledgers. Close the book if you must, but come back when you dare.